You are looking at the sunset, the last one you will ever see. Light moves at 10 miles per hour now. Your eyes are about to lie to you. The sun dips below the horizon, but its light doesn't arrive for 8 minutes. You're seeing the sun where it was, not where it is. Your brain receives information from 8 minutes ago. Your hand is not where you see it. Your coffee cup is not where you see it. The world you perceive is a fossil, a museum of the immediate past. Here's the thing. Light isn't just for seeing. It's the universal speed limit for everything. Forces, information, causality itself. Drop that limit to a brisk jogging pace, and the universe recalculates. Your television signal crawls from the broadcast tower. Your Wi-Fi becomes a carrier pigeon. A text message from across town takes an hour. But those are just the notifications. The real problem is physics. Physics is about to get personal. First, your ears fail. Sound travels at about 767 miles per hour. It is now over 75 times faster than light. The causality chain snaps. You hear things happen before you see the cause. A car crash occurs 2 blocks away. You hear the crunch of metal, the shatter of glass. A full 3 minutes later, you see the headlights swerve. Your brain cannot process this. It tries to stitch cause to effect and fails. Neural feedback loops fire. You experience instant, incapacitating vertigo. Your inner ear fluid becomes a traitor. Then, your eyes betray you completely. Light from your feet takes longer to reach your eyes than light from your head. You look down. Your feet are where they were a fraction of a second ago. Your body appears stretched, smeared, a nauseating, living blur. Your depth perception evaporates. The world becomes a flat, laggy video game. You are a ghost piloting a phantom. But the body horror is just the user interface glitching. The operating system is failing. Electromagnetism, the force that holds atoms together, that makes chemistry possible, propagates at the speed of light. At 10 miles per hour, its influence becomes local, painfully local. The electromagnetic field holding your molecules together can only update so fast. Move your hand too quickly, faster than 10 miles per hour, and the electrons in your skin cannot communicate with the electrons in your bones fast enough to keep the border structure coherent. Your hand would shear off at the atomic level. A clean quantum decoupling. Your flesh would simply unzip. But you won't get to test that limit, because the planet is already failing. Gravity, according to Einstein, is the curvature of spacetime. That curvature information? It travels at the speed of light. Right now, Earth's gravitational pull at your location is not based on where Earth is. It's based on where Earth was 8 minutes ago. The planet is orbiting the sun. It has moved over 70,000 miles from where your gravity thinks it is. The pull you feel is pointing to a point in empty space. You are being tugged into the void. So is your house. So is the atmosphere. The ground beneath you feels solid. It is a lie. The tectonic plates are receiving outdated gravitational instructions. Stresses that built up over millennia are recalculated in an instant. A fault line in California gets the memo that 8 minutes ago the mass of the Rocky Mountains was in a slightly different position. The adjustment is not gentle. The crust shears. Not in one place. Everywhere. Every plate boundary, every subduction zone, every dormant fault receives a new, contradictory set of orders. The planet's skin buckles. Mountain ranges grind down like teeth. Ocean floors yawn open. The rumble you feel isn't an earthquake. It's the entire lithosphere being retuned to a dead signal. Your kitchen window doesn't just break. The seismic waves traveling through the ground, faster than light can now travel through the air, arrive first. They liquefy the foundation. Your fridge tips over. The door swings open. The light inside it, traveling at 10 miles per hour, takes a full second to spill out onto the collapsing floor. You see the light from the fridge bulb illuminate your falling milk carton in a beautiful, slow-motion arc. The sound of the crash will reach you days later. If you were around to hear it. You won't be. Because the atmosphere is leaving. With gravity's directional signal scrambled, the air is no longer bound to the Earth. It is bound to where Earth was. It begins to drift eastward, a planetary-scale gust, chasing a ghost. The pressure drops. Not like on a mountain. Like in a vacuum chamber. Your eardrums explode outward. The fluid in your eyes boils at room temperature. Your alveoli, the tiny sacs in your lungs, try to expand against nothing. They rupture. But let's be brutally thermodynamic. The sunlight warming your skin right now, left the sun 8 minutes ago. But the heat from the sun, the infrared radiation, also crawls. The fusion reactions at the solar core, the pressure and gravity that sustain them communicate at light speed. The star's own structural integrity is governed by this limit. The Sun, receiving outdated gravitational information from its own core, experiences a catastrophic pressure imbalance. It doesn't go out. It stutters. Fusion reactions flare in miscommunication. A pulse of radiation, a solar superflare, erupts. That lethal light show begins its journey to Earth. At 10 miles per hour, you have roughly 8 minutes of laggy, distorted reality left. Then, the wave of raw solar plasma arrives. Not as a flash, as a slow, glowing tide, a wall of annihilation moving at a bicycle's pace. You could watch it come. It would boil the oceans first, then fuse the sand to glass, then vaporize the continents. But here's the final, genuinely insane twist. Causality is broken. The sequence of events is no longer sacred. An effect can, from a certain point of view, precede its cause. The universe becomes a tangled knot of could have and did. Information loops back on itself. Time loses its arrow. The very concept of now expands. Your now and someone 10 miles away's now are not the same. They are separated by a full hour of light travel time. There is no universal present, only a mosaic of disconnected local presents. A patchwork of causality bubbles, each with their own past and future, brushing against each other in logical paradox. You aren't just dying. You are dying in a universe that has lost the rulebook for what happening even means. The solar flare that vaporizes you might, from the perspective of a fast-moving fragment of the exploding crust, have already happened yesterday. Or not yet happened at all. The final frame isn't an explosion. It's a silence. A profound, absolute stillness. The light is too slow to carry any new information. The last photons trickle in. Then, nothing. The cosmos becomes a frozen museum of its own last moments. A record on loop. The ultimate lag. If you enjoyed this, like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.